What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Aftersound here, bringing you Splinterlands content every single day. We also stream here regularly, as well as on Twitch, so make sure you come by and say hello. This video is also brought to you by my music, which is available anywhere you stream music under the name Aftersound, so check it out. Let me know what you think, and I appreciate the support. Okay, guys, let's jump into the most recent update from the team, which just came out on the first update for January of 2025, January 7th to be exact. Now, you can see here, after maintenance was complete, shout out to Royal Eagle for giving us all of the info. I'm not going to read this entire thing to you, but there is a big component, which we'll get into, and then actually some other smaller things that I want to touch upon. So obviously the big one that they're excited about is custom challenges are now available. We knew that this was coming. They talked about it, I think, in the last town hall, and it was just kind of teased. So now you'll be able to do, well, we've always had custom challenges, but you are now able to design them and pick rule sets and battle parameters, right? So you can pick up to 6 rule sets, and you can choose the mana cap, you can choose the, what's that called? The different elements that are used. And here's the thing. There are benefits. If you own a Rooney or have over 50,000 SPS staked, there is a 10 DEC or credit fee. Again, that's like a penny at peg, so it's not too crazy. But that is completely waived for you. So if you have stake in the game, right, like literal stake with SPS, at least 50,000, or you own a Rooney, this is now an added benefit of having that. Otherwise, you will have to pay a penny, probably less than a penny if you're using DEC right now, which, again, keep in mind, it's not, I'm assuming that this is going to be burned, although we should double check that. But my guess is that this is to make sure this doesn't get gamed out and like utilized by bot farms that are just trying to figure out, not even bot farms, but just like maybe battle helpers or such that are trying to figure out, you know, the best types of teams to use, and, you know, just doing all that like game theory at a very massive level. So now if they want to do that, they will have to pay, and they will have to burn DEC and significant amounts of it, right? So that should be a good thing. Let's see some of the other things here. Goodbye Winterfest skins, so rediscover the glory of the original artwork. That's cool. Gameplay updates. So now burning, fatigue, and poison will now happen at the same time. We saw that with Earthquake originally, but now it's happening with burning, fatigue, and poison, so that's cool. Battle replay speeds can now be set with detailed precision, right? So I don't think it's just you can kind of slide it through. I haven't tested it out yet, but we'll see. So this option needs to be enabled in settings. Added a button to skip ahead to the next round. Added the ability to play pause battles using the space bar. All cool stuff. Now, there is one thing here that is interesting. Well, actually, there's a couple of them. So Novice League has been renamed to Wood League. I don't know why, but it is now Wood League. But here's the thing. Challenges and tournaments no longer use league naming for level caps. A new series of Novice, Adept, Intermediate, Advanced, and Expert level cap namings have been put in their place. So that's the other thing that I wanted to really touch upon here. Let's see if there's anything else. So skip and mute buttons. All right, the regional production claims screen will no longer show an option to automatically buy grain with DEC. Instead, it will take you to the grain DEC trade hub, which is great because if you buy grain just like that, it's way too expensive. I think it's like 100x the cost right now because you'd be just buying it and minting it from nothing. Well, sorry, you'd be minting it from nothing. You would be burning that DEC, but it wouldn't be coming from anybody else, right? So the exclusive shop page has been updated. All right, voucher owned count has been removed from the majority of shop pages as they no longer apply to most purchases. That's cool. New player quest section can now be collapsed. All right, so I think that was the main stuff. Now let me see if I can go through and swap this out so you can actually see it live here. In video. So let's do Splinterlands and boom. Okay. So now what I want to show you guys is this. So if you want to do a challenge, you can go up to the top here, hit challenge. And on the right side is where you will see all of the new customization, right? You can throw a mana cap, that's optional. You can throw rule sets, and you can select elements. In addition to that, right, stuff that we've had before, you can allow all cards, gold, alpha, modern, however it is that you want to do it, ghost card challenges, however you want to do it. That's how it works. But check this out. This is the other aspect that I wanted to cover. Now it's no longer called, right, novice, or sorry, not novice, but you know, bronze, silver, gold, diamond. They've changed the naming here. So adept, intermediate, advanced, expert, that's also going to be the case when it comes to tournaments. Now, why is this important? So the challenge stuff is cool, but why is this important? It's because for the people that have been talking about leagues and bringing leagues back, this is yet another nail in the coffin for that not to happen, at least not in the near future, right? We are completely getting away from the terminology. We got away from leagues in the actual ranked battle system, but now we're getting away from the terminology in tournaments as well as in challenges. My guess is that this may end up happening in guilds at some point in the future. I'm not sure why they didn't do it all together, but we are moving away from that, right? So gold league or gold level cards is something that we're not going to talk about. Diamond level cards or silver level cards are cards that we're not going to talk about. Now, everything will be in, expert, what is it again? Expert, adept, intermediate, advanced, right? So these will be the ways in which we address this stuff. And I don't think that we're ever going to have like an adept league or an intermediate league or an advanced league. I mean, I want to have like a JV league that only goes up to silver, but that's an idea for a separate thing. When I look at this, though, it's just like, okay, we're not going back to leagues anytime soon. So people who have been asking for that and wanting that, it's not going to happen. And the truth is, I personally, and I've said this many times, so I'm being consistent here, I don't want to see it happen yet. Right? I'm open to the idea, but I want to see this play out the way that Matt had envisioned, and I want to see it go through at least a full kind of cycle here, especially if we're going to expect new players coming in with the bull run, with marketing picking up, with just everything that hopefully 2025 will be for Splinterlands and more. If we get into a situation, though, in the future where it's just like, hey, you know what? Didn't work out the way that we thought. Maybe we should bring league caps back. That would be like a 2026, like a mid to late 2026 decision, in my opinion, right? That's the earliest that I would ever consider it. So again, that's where I stand. I'm not closing the door on it entirely, but I definitely don't want it now. And I like the fact that the team is going away from that with the terminology, right? Because otherwise, like, everybody comes in and there's like people who have this baggage of like the past and people who are fresh, and it's like, okay, like we're trying not to go backwards here. If the game can work in this way, then let's see how it does. If it doesn't, then we can always pivot, but that would be like a hard and heavy pivot later on, right? And again, like a year and a half from now is the first time that I think I would even consider something like that. So that's all I wanted to say on this, because I think it does signal that we're not going back to league caps anytime soon. That's not something that the team is focused on, and I agree with them. Now, it'll take a little time to get used to like adept versus intermediate and advanced, but hopefully everybody will figure that out over time. And, there will still be tournaments, hopefully, that are using these summoner level caps, right? So if you go like intermediate, you'll see here that this is silver level, right? Legendaries at 2, epics at 3, rare at 4, common at 5. So that's all I have for you guys in this video. Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Otherwise, I will catch you all in the next one and see you around the game. Take care.